Lab 4 Henryman of DC circuits. We're doing capacitors, and here I have two capacitors, two 100 unified capacitors in parallel with the LEDs here. And I also have two switches here. One of them is the charge and one of them is the discharge, the capacitors. And I got one 220 ohm resistor here and two resistors here, 220 ohms. And the reason why I got these right here, two of them, is to slow the discharge down of this capacitor so the LED can stay a little lit a little longer. And right now, since these two capacitors here is in parallel, the unifast is basically going to add up. And we're going to check the capacitors on my meter here. And there we go. We got 188 unifads on these two capacitors in parallel. All right. And basically now we're going to go ahead and check the voltage on it. Let me turn my meter to DC right quick. And right now we're going to just check the voltage. And since we are in parallel, the voltage is going to be the same between both capacitors. So right now we got 1.75 volts on it. All right, and we're going to check the other one. We got 1.75 volts, which is basically the same because they are in parallel. Now, to demonstrate this lab right here, to tell you exactly what a capacitor do, a capacitor is basically a little device that holds voltage. It charges and it holds voltage to the maximum voltage it's going to charge to is basically whatever is your power source is. So if it's a 9-volt battery, it's going to hold 9 volts. And if it's a 5-volt battery, it's going to hold only 5 volts. And right now, these capacitors right here is rated at 50 to hold 50 volts. But right now, we don't have a 50-volt battery, so therefore, it's not going to charge to 50 volts. All right. And right now, we got 1.75 volts on the capacitors. And we're going to go ahead and do this right here. This red light is going to indicate that the capacitor is being charged, and it's going to briefly blink, which right there, it blinked. And the yellow one is going to say that, okay, we're discharging, and it's going to blink and it's going to slow down on dimming as the voltage is discharged out of the capacitor. And there we go. And we're going to do that one more time. And we're going to discharge it. See how slow the yellow one goes out? And that is because the capacitor right here hold that charge and discharge it through this LED, and these two resistors right here slow it down. And basically what I'm going to do now for you is to take my positive lead off to show you that this capacitor is really being charged. So power is off. And we got voltage left over here, and I'm going to hit the button. The yellow button is going to discharge the voltage out of here and light this LED briefly. And that concludes the capacitor video. And this video right here is the capacitors in parallel. Thank you. Bye-bye.